Hey guys, Josh here. How's it going? So I just want to make this quick video here um, about. Sorry, my eyes are a little watery today. I was just doing a video again, and I had like a huge coughing spurt there, so I'm gonna restart this. But I just wanted to make a quick video on, you know, exactly what I'm doing here in the community um, with the Michael Myers mask and everything like that, because I did get some hate mail back. I'm not saying where, by who, but they saw my Trick or Treat Studios mask that I did yesterday, and they got on me for a few different things. They said about eye cuts, the hair. They said, oh, you didn't paint it right, and they're like, you didn't mix the latex with the acrylic, and you didn't use the black paint with watered down for the cracks. Of course I did. I dry brushed the white, and I used charcoal and a regular graphite pencil for the linings. And then I dry brushed over it again a little bit, and I did the weathering. Why I did that is because liquid latex, yes, you can buy it on Amazon all the time, but for any Joe Schmo on the street that wants to go ahead and just go to Walmart, pick up a few supplies, and try to attempt a mask, they can do that without the liquid latex and still have a decent mask. Like I said, I dry brushed it. It's only been a day, but I used the sealer on it. I've worked a few times already. I've been scrunching it in and out because I've been doing little touch-ups to it. See, it might be a little more grungier on the neck than my last video, but it has not cracked anywhere yet. And I think if it does crack, it's just gonna be the sealer that's cracking. But he came at me saying that you can't believe that I'm gonna try to get $200, $300 out of this mask, or I'm trying to trick people and sending their masks into me to get rehauled and take their money. No, I never once posted anything saying I will do rehauls. I've had people come ask me about certain things through messages, and I said, hey, this ain't what I do professionally. I don't do commissions on them. If you want me to try attempt a mask off of something you've seen in one of my videos or my posts, we can discuss it a little bit, depending on if you want hair redone, stuff like that. You can go ahead and send me it, and we'll discuss money afterwards. But I only do it if I feel comfortable in doing that mask. I'm not here to take commissions away from other artists. I'm more here to try to push more people into trying and attempting their own thing. I've given out many of the popular artists that we know names to a lot of people that might see my stuff and saying they're new to the community and where can you get this mask and this mask. So I'm not out here being like, oh yeah, you can send this mask to me. No, that's not what I'm in here for. Some independent artists do great work. Now I'm not doing my own stuff because I don't want to spend the money or support those guys. That's not it. I've had a small passion for art since growing up, and I like collecting Michael Myers stuff. So why not put them both together and do something that I like? And they don't have to be movie accurate. Like I said, I have these concept masks that I do. You might see one right back here. It's the burnt H2 mask, and all it is was one of them old dumb posts I cut up. I paused the movie on the screenshot of the fire coming out of his mask, and I tried to make the cuts around the mouth exactly like it. And I poured some. I had some a wax burner, and I had some like a reddish wax in there, and just dumped it over there, and did some latex and glue just to make it all look all melted. And that's what it is, and that's what I wanted. So this really isn't for everybody else. I do like to share my stuff, but for someone to come at me and say that I'm trying to take money and trick people, I'm not going to sit there and take that. That's just not what what I'm trying to do in this community. I'm fairly new. I just started in January, and as you can see, I have a pretty extensive collection already. I have over 27 masks already. It's just something that I enjoy doing. So I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm trying to take money off of people, or try to outdo some of these independent artists. And some of these independent artists are who really helped me with some of my stuff, like some shading and some of my ideas. Um, I reached out to one about dry brushing. I wasn't 100% sure if, if I did a sealer over top of it, if it would crack or not. And he said it should be fine as long as you do the dry brushing lightly enough, And so that's why I did this one. And he called this complete trash and garbage. So let me know what your thought. If you watch this video, let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, I know it's not no high-end mask or rehaul like some of these guys do, but I mean, I took a charcoal pencil and went over almost every prominent line. So if you're gonna yell at me about it, yell at Trick or Treat Studios for it, because basically, except for maybe one little thing, I went a little far up here on this line. I try to go over it to hide it, but that's what's making it unique. And that's one thing about this whole thing is, not every mask is going to be the same. Yes, I have 2 H40 masks, 3 H40 masks if you count the same one that was redone and signed by James G. Courtney that I didn't paint, but I have 2 personal painted H40s. And down the line, I do want to get 1 or 2 copies of other independent artists, and I will pay for them. So just because I'm doing my own stuff doesn't mean I'm trying to take money away from these independent artists that are well known. But I still want something in my collection that's mine. I can have a whole shelf of 10 or 20 just Halloween 40 masks and be perfectly fine. And each mask will be different, telling a different story about that artist. And that's what I'm in it for, is just that type of thing. Same goes with the Halloween 1 mask. I get so sick of hearing people say, "Oh, these eye." I understand there's purists out there that are very picky about the eye cuts, the hairlines, etc. It's fine, but there's some people that don't. So, and when there's amateurs like myself coming out and sharing our rehauls and repaints, maybe we're not too concerned about that right now. Maybe we're just trying to get a special technique down, a shading, airbrushing, something like that, and we want to share it to get opinions, not to get bashed on, oh, well, you need to fix this eye cut, or you need to fix this hairline. Every mask is going to be different. It's that person's mask, that's what they want. If they ask for opinions, yeah, it all depends on how you throw out the opinion, of course. You can tell some people are just trying to help, and then there's some people, like, as always, just trying to rip you apart because you're not high-end quality stuff. And that's one thing I also hate, like when you do an H1 mask now. It's all about the shading, Some people said, why do you even do the shading? It's one mask to begin with. In that Halloween 1, there's one mask. I know they use a couple, but so you get these different sculpts from different artists, and some have the eyebrow popping out, some have a flat forehead, and that's what makes it fun collecting all these different versions of it. Is look at the 2 in the back. You have the Elrod, which has a flat forehead, and then you have the very defined hospital mask, and both give their own unique faces. And people are like, well, why do you do that? Because it's all about the lighting, and a lot of us don't have that professional lighting that we can just go ahead and change every time we want to see a different feature of a mask. So this gives us the opportunity to, I guess in a way, express different Michael Myers expressions, even though it's supposed to be pale, blank, emotionless face, but he does have emotions in his sculpts of his mask. So, and it's just, don't give people such a hard time. I know there's trolls out there that's all they do, and this is probably what this guy was doing to me. And but I just wanted to say, I let it get to me a little bit. I did argue back, and I probably said a few words I shouldn't have, just out of pure anger, because I took it to heart. This mask right here. I've had so much trouble with the H40 mask first, and just getting the lines down. Even I tried charcoal and pencil and markers for the lines because I'm just not good with a brush getting them thin lines. And just from talking to people and just practicing over and over again, and to come out with something like this. And this is supposed to stay stock. I wanted one stock mask, but it's so good where it allowed me to do what I wanted with it. I was never good at dry brushing, but now that I practice on different masks and stuff, and I got this down, I figured I can go ahead and try. And I really love how this turned out. And so I'm gonna stick up for my work. So when this guy attacked me saying I was trying to get money off it and do this, no, I'm wearing this Saturday night trick or treating and probably October 31st trick or treating. To be honest with you, it's probably the mask I'm gonna wear now. So I'm not gonna give it away. I've had people ask me how much I want for a certain mask, and I'm like, no, it's mine. I was like, if you want to, maybe if you like the way it's done, I can maybe give you a personal video of how I did, or you can send me one, and if you want to, and we can discuss payment then. But I'm not the type that's gonna be like, oh, buy my mask. So I think I ran long enough about it. Like I said, most of my masks are 1 day works. This was in basically one day I did it. I mean, I have a work from home job where if it's slow, I have that opportunity to do this. And this was in 1 day. I mean, it takes me almost all day to do certain things and, get things dry and everything like that. I mean, I do have quicker methods of drying it, of course, and just letting it sit there. But 1 day, I don't need to hear that it's garbage. If there's something on there you don't like, just tell me. Give me pointers so next time I try to do one, it's better. I do apologize if this rant went a little too far for you guys. But, this is also for everybody. You know what? Just accept everybody's work. Help them out. Be positive. And, instead of putting people down, try to lift them up and help them out in this. And it can make this hobby a lot more fun, especially with 2 more movies coming out, 2 different masks. So it's fun to see exactly where that's going to lead into. So thank you guys very much for liking it, and go check out my other videos about all my other masks. And I hope you have a fantastic Halloween holiday.